Welcome to Chai After Dark. I'm Shabnam, and I'm here with my co-host Sameem. And today we're going to talk about the Mindy Project, episode 2 of season 1. And this used to be available on Netflix and Hulu. And just as soon as we started our rewatch, they decided to take it off Netflix. So thanks, Netflix, for that. But it's still on Hulu, so totally accessible. You guys go watch it there. And you can, hear us recap it here. So yeah, Sameem, what'd you think of this episode?
Thought it was cool. I felt like I was watching it on DVD. Like it felt a little dated. Like I didn't think I was streaming it. I felt like I grabbed some DVDs, like a whole box set, and then I found the first DVD. I put it in, and then Mindy pops up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on a date with Seth Myers." I'm like, "Dude, what is?" I understand Seth Myers is still on TV, but he looks fucking old, by the way. Like, he looks old. He is old, but I don't get it. Ed Helms, Seth Myers, who's next? Who's on the next episode? Bill Hader was on the previous episode. It's going to be like Jimmy Fallon. It's going to be like the most whitest whites of all time. Sorry, not in a racist way. Just, we love all people. Sorry.
Well, I mean, that's also her way of probably getting support from her friends in the industry. It's not like there was a bunch of brown people in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can walk through it,
Yeah.
obviously. And we have a lot of episodes to get through, so we didn't want to inundate everyone with the connections from The Office. But let's just do a random one right now. That lady, Gwen, the blonde lady, her best friend, she's in the previous episode with the kid, and now she has lunch, and then they don't talk about anything other than taking pictures of Seth Myers through the hair. She was Pam's sister in The Office during the wedding, the Niagara Falls episodes, and that's it. I remember her. Kevin hits on her, and she's like, I have a boyfriend, and then she thinks that Kevin and Oscar are a gay couple, and it's hilarious. So that's from The Office. She
was also
random.
Glee,
I don't know what her
right?
name is.
She was also
Is that the girl
Glee.
from Glee? Glee's years ago, so she was probably young, because she doesn't even actually. This was 2012, so it wasn't actually. Yeah, you're right. Glee wasn't too much before that.
Her real name is Anna Camp, but her name is Anna Camp, and she was actually also on Glee, and she's like a better version of Blake Lively. So
hey,
I like
anyone's a better version than Blake Lively. Okay, hey, you know what? Since this is the paid feed, we did get some mail on Blake Lively, and it is one of our most listened to episodes, obviously, because it was such a popular storyline. But I'm going to put this out there. We got mail that I was not harsh enough on Blake in that episode. So I don't know, Shabnam. People want me to get a little bit more jaded, like this guy Danny in the Mindy Project. I can be like him. I can be like him all day long.
Dude,
So,
Danny is crazy because I was thinking about the whole scene of them on the subway at
the beginning scene. Yeah.
It's weird that like she has this frenemy, right? Like, why are you hanging out with this random ass guy who's supposedly your best friend if he's like a frenemy? It's like they kind of like hate each other, but they love each other. And I don't know, is this like a doctor thing because they work together? So like
it's so like pressureful. So it's like, I don't know, they have to like beat up on each other just to let out. I mean, he's playing a character and she's playing the complete opposite character, but she's just as mean as he is.
Yeah.
That's like what's kind of strange about it. That beginning scene is like, she's always mean to him. Always. And then just because she has like a squeaky voice, aren't you still mean? Don't words still hurt? I think she's worse to him. And then he does respond, obviously, and he like tells her to go fuck herself, obviously. But like, I don't know. It's kind of strange. Like but if they were like nice to each other, then there'd be no show, right? It'd be a little weird. Like, what if he was like a cookie cutter guy chasing her and she was just the doctor that's oblivious? Like, it could have been a different storyline, but I like it. Whatever. Let's combat, right?
Yeah.
Like, it gives us shit to talk about.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And then she's such a like go-getter. Like she wants to be in charge of this whole finding the next nurse. It's so funny actually because she has this personality where, and I don't know, maybe this speaks to like brown women professionals, but like you have to be better than others to succeed because no one else can seem to freaking fire that lady, the like older nurse,
This isn't a South Asian thing. I think like there was no South Asian elements in this episode. She's also, let's be real, dude, she is not representation of any Desi ladies, really, right? She's her own person, so I don't. really
she's
care
her
about,
own person, and
she can do whatever she wants on the show. Obviously, like it's her show.
And her personality, like there's a Mindy Kaling type personality in every race. There's nothing.
Hey,
like you said.
she's cute. Yeah. She's endearing. She's a go-getter. I would not date her if that person was a real person. I wouldn't. There's no effing way I would date her. I can't. Like I would go nuts, right? Like if you're nuts, then I'm nuts. That's just how it goes with me. So. But I don't know, like even going back to that beginning scene that you're talking about, she's like narrating the love stories and stuff. And it's like, First of all, there's no love stories on the subway. There's nobody making out on the subway in New York City. I've been in New York a lot the last 2 years. And if you do that, someone's going to come up and grab your purse and take off. Or if you're making out on the actual platform, someone's going to fucking push you on the tracks, right? So you can't be making out. You can't be that distracted. So I don't know what Mindy Kaling is talking about. Maybe in 2011, 2012, the subway was a little bit more conducive to romance, but right now there's no romance on that subway. So that was kind of a disgusting scene, by the way. I'm not making out with anybody I'm sitting next to on the subway, and I don't encourage anybody else to either. Sorry, that's kind of a rant, but hey, you spend 4 minutes on a subway with that Danny guy. There was nothing sexy about that. So I don't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, that's funny. So then what happens next? She goes into the office and she has to like find a nurse, right?
Because they have to fire Beverly. First of all, Beverly's like rubbing her upper boob. I don't even know what she was doing. And then Mindy was like, "What are you doing?" So I guess that's like an offense. And then she's like, "Are you smoking weed?" And she's like in the lab blood room, like the blood work room. So yeah, they got to fire this chick Beverly and get a new nurse.
Yeah.
Also, just so we can continue this, Beverly is also from The Office. Iconic episode, The Dinner Party, where Jan and Michael invite the office. They invite Andy and Jim, and Dwight shows up with this Beverly chick, and she used to babysit him in the office. So he brings his former babysitter, this lady, to a dinner, and then they ask her, like, are they dating? And he's like, purely carnal. That's all you need to know. It's disgusting. Shout out Beverly, dude. Made it from The Office to the Mindy Project. Seems to be a theme, right?
Yeah. That's really interesting.
I also say I don't watch TV, but I have watched The Office like many times over. So that's probably why I don't watch any other TV, because that's been like on repeat in my life since 2005.
I did that at one point where I was just like, I'm just going to watch Friends, so it is.
I did that with Friends as well. And then I got over it. I was like, these people aren't good people. As I got older, I was like, fucking all 6 of these people are like, Mindy's like, that's why I said she's endearing. Like a lot of those Friends characters, dude, it was like pretty selfish. All 6 of those characters. And they're like not good friends to each other either, for the most part. Like a lot of like stupid ass shit that they did to each other.
Yeah, that is very true. But also, like, the biggest thing that bugged me about Friends, and then we can move on back to Mindy, is the fact that it's 1990 whatever. You're living in New York, and you just have an entire group of white people that are friends. Like, that's like not realistic in a big city like that.
Maybe it was in 93. I think the show started in 93. It only went to 03, right? So it's not like it even perpetrated internet society quite.
Yeah, but I still don't think that was actually realistic of New York. Like there wasn't one gay person, one black person, one Latino person that was in that friend group. Yeah. Like I don't think
they
that
regret
was
it.
realistic.
I don't know who they are, the writers and showrunners of that show, but to this day, I think even Jennifer Aniston said, yes, we should have had somebody aside from the 6 of us. Like white people, and like if they can admit it today, that's totally fine. I'm like okay with that. Like Seinfeld did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But we also know sounds like Seinfeld's not a good person in general. So whatever. Like they did the same thing.
He couldn't even have like a white gay person,
No, dude, no
like,
way, dude.
It was just like
kidding me?
really crazy. Yeah.
And dude, can you imagine Friends with a gay person? It'd be hilarious. But hey, does Big Bang Theory? I know there's an Indian guy, but he's token, right?
Yeah.
And then. I don't watch any of those sitcoms, but How I Met Your Mother, isn't that all white people as well?
Well, yeah, but then that 70s show also has a token brown Latino guy, right?
Oh, but he's supposed to be like an illegal. Like he's supposed to be like a farmer illegal, right? And like I don't know where that 70s show is based, but I think he's not supposed to be legal. I think that's what I don't remember. You're talking about Wilbur.
He's supposed to be Wilmer Valderrama. Yeah.
Whatever his name is. Yeah.
I don't know that he's supposed to be illegal. I think he's just supposed to be an immigrant.
Yeah. Sorry, not all Mexicans are illegal, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on in this country, but hey, shout out Fez from that 70s show.
Yeah, exactly.
Fez. That's his name, right?
And why is his name Fez? Is that short for a Latino name?
I don't know, but hey, let's do some slapstick. Mike Myers in what was the why am I blanking? Austin Powers, where he's like, does my fez look familiar? Because the guy's Moroccan and he's wearing a fez on his head. I thought that's what a fez was. So yeah, I don't know.
That is what a fez is, and fez is also like a Moroccan North African name, which is why I'm like, was this just a let's do a brown character that's kind of brown, and then he's just brown and he has an accent. That's what the fuck it was.
We know that there was Indians here. They could have brought on a Steve Banerjee working at the gas station on the 70s show. That would have been cool. Like, come on. That would have been awesome. Showman Banerjee. Everyone go check out Welcome to Chippendales. We'll never stop saying it. That's a great show. We're propping it up. And I don't know, man. That's a great show. Where were we, by the way? We went from 3 different sitcoms back to Mindy.
Yeah, we went. We're at her trying to hire an
nurse,
intern,
right? Yeah, or a nurse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say, like, she walks in, and those 2 like intake coordinators or whatever. One is like fucking gorgeous, and the other one is like, you know, matronly, motherly, still pretty, obviously. But I was like, really, like, who are you casting here? Like, super fucking model? Like,
and then what was with weird. That? What was with that? She was like, you can have the bottom half of my theater candy.
Yeah, some of the jokes, like, I think it like sounded good, but they don't translate. I think Mindy's the kind of writer that when she has thoughts in her head, like I do all the time. Yeah. Not like, you know, voices, just thoughts. She writes them down. So yeah, I could see myself being a writer like Mindy, because it does seem like it just comes to her like a really quick joke, and then she writes it down.
But the point is that she's like treating her like help. Like as like trashy.
She does that to everyone, though. Yeah, she does it to everyone. She treats and dude, she gets her way, right? Like with the Dr. Schneider or whatever his name is, the guy that owns the practice. She's like, but I'm a person of color. Can't I hire? Can't I hire? And I'm like, you're just using this to like try to hire someone. And he's like, I really like that. Yes, because he's a white man. He has to like, you know, he has to bend to the Indian woman before she goes and tells people he won't let her hire people because she's Indian. Come on. That's so there are South Asian elements here, but it's a joke. It's obviously she's like being facetious. I don't. Yeah. She's pointing out absurdity, at least in that scene. Yeah. Where a white guy would be like, okay, you can do it because you're Indian.
Yeah. So crazy. Then she actually tries to hire she actually tries to like hire a bunch of nurses, but she can't. So then Danny and her basically have to team up to hire someone, because Danny basically is Danny like jealous that she's like the one that's trying to hire the person, and like he didn't get that role.
Hey, this episode does actually get really funny. The end is like hilarious. The nurse lady. We'll talk about it in a minute, but when they're going through that, like different nurses popping up, of course, that scene is like, I hate that scene. It's like such an easy scene to put into movies and stuff. Like when you're interviewing someone, there's like 7-8 different people. There's always a hot lady. There's always like a butch lesbian, and there was, and they kick her out, and she's like, why would you want to hire her? She's on the Soviet weightlifting team. to the lesbian lady. I was like, man, I like it, don't get me wrong, but you know, she seemed like a good nurse. But I think Danny gets upset because she's telling everyone about her date with Seth Myers later that night. She's gonna go on a date, and she's like laughing and hugging people. So he doesn't agree. She's trying to find someone she can like talk about celebrities with, and he even says that. He's like, we don't need a nurse that's gonna come in here and be like, the celebrity couple broke up. So she's literally like Kelly from The Office, like, because that's what she talks about then too. So it's kind of funny, but I think he's like, you're gonna hire a fucking idiot, so he wants to take over. Typical man, right? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, like, come on, man, like, back off.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Danny, and it's weird to me that they're friends, because I feel like he's kind of a dick. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know they're gonna get together, right? Like we know this. They're probably gonna get together at some point.
This is
6 seasons of this kind of chemistry. Like, it's not chemistry, actually, not yet, but I don't know. But dude, you're totally right. There's nothing serious about this show, right? Yeah. Like, there's just not. And it's like, it's slapstick. And you texted me because you're like 4 minutes in, there's a fucking chocolate fountain on her desk. Fountain. Yeah. And then, hey, I know I'm not using any sort of vehicle for the chocolate. I'm using my tongue. And I already did that joke. I'm not going to do it again, but yeah. Oh man, it's a weird ass show. Like, I like it. Like, it's not like other sitcoms. This is like absurd, right? Like a surgeon or an OBGYN she's not gonna have a meeting in her office and there's like chocolate fountains.
Yeah.
And then she had the entire like smorgasbord of charcuterie.
Yeah, to like dip in there. Yeah.
Yeah, to get the thing. I don't know. I mean, it's funny, man. Like, hey, when
Yeah.
you're gonna deliver a baby, all you're doing is fucking around.
Yeah, with chocolate fountains and shit. But yeah, so then they actually get a lady that would be really well suited to be a nurse.
She was an actual nurse that like worked in Africa and then like another office.
That's
and
what
then
I'm talking about.
Danny and Mindy start yelling at each other, and she's like, "Well, you're a douchebag," and then the lady's like, "No, I cannot work here," and then she leaves, and then the black lady
but what
comes
she
in,
says is, she's like, "I've seen child soldiers with more manners than the two of you guys." I was like, what the hell? It's so funny.
It's like kind of ridiculous. And then the black lady they call old. She's like fucking million years old. She can't have birthday cakes. And the guy's like, "You're not special if you have a birthday." That sounds like me when I talk about cats, by the way.
Yeah, that does. Yeah. And probably even
everyone
you
has a birthday.
Yeah, probably even you when you talk about birthdays, because I remember you told me a few years ago when I was excited about my birthday.
Yeah, like, I know. I'm sorry. I know. I was mean to you. I know I was.
It's fine. It was funny. You were like, "Why are you so excited about your birthday? Even my daughter isn't that excited about her birthday."
Hey, we still did something, right? We still came
did.
and we went out to dinner and shit. It's all in good fun, man.
I know.
But he's kind of right because, first of all, why are you asking a candidate what she thinks about birthdays? Like, that's like a like.
Yeah.
So I'm going
really.
to tell you where this came from. Like, this is another Office reference.
Oh, interesting.
So when they interview people in the office, it's all absurd questions. And Mindy has written a lot of those Office episodes. You can see a lot of similarities between the writing styles. Mm-hmm. He's like, "What do you think about birthdays?" And she's like, "I love birthdays. I would have a birthday cake." It's a very like normal answer, right? Like, why would you not have a birthday cake? And he's like, "Get out."
Yeah.
No birthdays here.
Oh, because in the office they had birthday cakes was like a big thing, right?
It was like a big thing all the time. Yeah, it was like Michael Scott could not stop having birthdays, and one time Jim and Dwight became party planners, and they were planning Kelly's birthday, and that's when the phrase that everyone knows, "It is your birthday," with a period at the end, came from. So they didn't even give her an exclamation point.
That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, like, hey, TV's fun, right? Like, if you watch TV to watch TV and pass the time, that's great.
Yeah,
it's supposed to move you, so it moves us, and we recollect our thoughts.
We
from shows that we
recollect and recollect both together.
What's are those two different words or?
Yeah, those are two different words.
Are you serious? They're spelled the same.
I know, but one is recollect, like you remember, and then one is recollect, like you
like someone steals my baseball cards, so I go recollect them?
Yeah.
Okay, let me figure this out. I thought I was a orator of words. I guess not.
Well, it worked the way you said it, too. We're going and recollecting our thoughts about The Office.
Oh, man, if I hung out with her for an hour, I think my brain would turn into Mindy, and I can already feel, like, my thoughts everywhere. Like, I feel like I'm Mindy right now. Like, I'm all over the place, but it's fun. It's all in good fun, man.
Yeah, totally. So then we finally get the star of the show. The actual
what's his name?
I don't know. What's his name? What's
Ransom Tookers.
He's like,
call me Ransom
Tookers. Yeah.
I don't know who the actor is. Who cares? Hey, we have many, many episodes to figure out who that actor is, but he's like, "I want to be called Ransom Tookers," and they're like, "What?" And then he's like, "Okay, my name's Morgan Tookers, but please call me Ransom."
Yeah, and then Mindy's like, "Well, I wanted them to call me Chloe here, and they didn't do that, so no."
Of course, she said that. It's so funny. I mean, and then he's like, "You wouldn't ask a black woman if she wants to be called Destiny." And then Danny's like, "Well, you're not black, so what are you talking about?" And then he's like, "Okay, my name is Morgan Tookers." Tookers?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking name is that?
Yeah. This is kind of interesting. You're right. I feel like there's more like underlying racial stuff than I thought. It's like really, really subtle.
Like the South Asian reference that she can hire people because she's a person of color. And then this guy's like the black thing. And then there was another one that I wrote down in the middle.
Was it when she goes to lunch with Gwen and then Gwen is like, "You look like a prostitute in librarian porn"?
I mean, yeah, that's a good one too, right? But there was like a racial reference. It's going to be like continuous that they're going to refer to race and gender and age. It's actually a lot of like, tropes.
Yeah.
Like Beverly can't use email. She can't use email in the office either in that episode because Jim is like, "What is your email? I have a lot of questions about Dwight." And she's like, "Email?"
Yeah.
And she does the same thing in here. She's like, only checks her email once a year when her son comes for Christmas.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities, man.
Yeah. So they interview ransom tookers, and he's just such a freaking weirdo. And he also has a record, right? Wasn't he in jail?
Yeah, he's like, within a minute, he's like, I was in prison. And he's like, I jack cars with my brother or something. And he's like, I don't do it anymore. And then he lifts. This was the reference, Shabnam. Yeah. He lifts his shirt and it says, I don't steal cars anymore or something. It's very literal. That's like another literal thing. It is your birthday. And then he asked Mindy to touch it. And she's like, sorry, I'm not going to touch it. He's like, yeah, Indian women don't like touching it. He said that.
Yeah, that's
Indian women don't like touching it. How many fucking Indian women have you asked to touch your fucking gut flabby tattoo? Like, how many Indian women have you approached, bro? It's New York City. I get it. There's a lot. You're hanging out in Queens or some shit. There's a lot of Indian women, but come on, man. She didn't want to touch it.
Yeah. I don't blame her. I wouldn't touch it either. So
it reminds me of We're the Millers. One of the girls that he hires to go over the border in Mexico to pick up the weed, she starts dating like some loser from RV park because they're using an RV. And he's like, check out my tattoo. And it says, no regrets, but it's RAGRATS. And it says, no regrets across his right here. So it's the same fucking thing. I'm sorry, dude. What's with white people getting like, like other kind of significant tattoos? Like those letters obviously came from Thug Life. From Biggie and Tupac. It's a Thug Life tattoo across Tupac's stomach. So I think that's where she got that from too. So she's getting inspiration from wherever she can. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no regrets.
Oh, man. So they go through this interview process. They're like, okay, you're really weird. You're full of shit. Like, F off. We're not hiring you. And then he goes, okay, can I just go to the bathroom before I leave? Like, I'm really thirsty. He also wants water. So they give him 2 bottles of water and they're like, go to the bathroom and like get out of here. So then she goes and she finds out that she sees Beverly and Beverly's still there. So she finds out that like the British
guy can't fire her. And the British guy like takes her out for lunch. He takes her out for ice cream and he's like just trying to like gently fire her. And she thinks he wants to fuck her. Yeah. Right. So then she like leans in. She's like, how do you want me? And I was like, ugh. Yeah. Gross. Like, hey, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that guy didn't hit it, right? That guy hits everything, right?
Yeah, that's
right. So why didn't he hit it? He should have hit it and quit it and then fired it. Hey, I'm not like that. I would never do that. If I hit Beverly, I'd stay with her forever for life.
That's what you do as long as she sits next to you for 3 months.
Let's go. Hey, anyone out in San Diego today sitting by themselves? I'm coming. Watch out.
Oh, man. So then Mindy's like, okay, I need to go fire her. So Mindy sits down with her. She's like, no one wants to tell you this, but you're like a space case. You're like totally irresponsible. And even when you are here, then you're like, when you are mentally here, you're just a rude bitch. Basically, that's what she says to her. Yeah. And so she's like, so you're fired. And so the lady goes, you're firing me? And she's like, yeah. And then Beverly punches Mindy in the nose and like totally breaks her nose. And Beverly runs away. And then Mindy's like, oh my God. And everyone comes like rushing around Mindy. Like, what do they do? And she like takes her hands off her nose and it looks disgusting. And they're like, oh my God. And then Ransom Tooker comes from the bathroom.
Here he comes.
And
Hero.
He's like, okay, calm down. Just like sit down and sit on the ground and okay, count to 3. And he's like, this is going to hurt. What did he say?
Me?
Are you?
He's like, do you trust me? She's like, no.
She's like, no. Yeah.
Are you okay with pain? No.
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, 1, 2. And then before he says 3, he like snaps her nose back into place.
I did it on 2. And then he kisses her forehead hella gently. He's like, I did it on 2.
Yeah.
So stupid.
so weird.
Also, we should say he's wearing a complete head to toe blue tracksuit like a Russian mobster. Like that's what he wore to the interview.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then she's just like, oh, she's like so relieved. And she's like, she's like, you're hired. And they're like, you can't do that. And she's like, no, you guys didn't let me hire who I wanted. And, you didn't even fire Beverly. And so now I'm going to hire this guy. And so that's how we learned that Ransom Tookers gets hired.
Don't forget the aftercare that he provides. He he puts her nose back into place. And then he's like, he leans in. He's like, cotton ball up the nostrils, no sex, missionary is out of the question. If you do missionary, and then they stop him, right? And then he they walk him out. They're like, you're hired. And then he leans back into the door and he's like, doggy style only. I was like, holy shit. Like, hey, he knows. Mindy has a date that night, dude. He knew. He could feel it. No missionary with Seth Myers. Okay, Mindy.
That's funny.
And if you do missionary, you need to call ransom tookers to give you the rest of that advice, because we don't get the rest of that advice, right? I can kind of sense why, because you don't want that blood rushing back up your nose, right?
I thought it was the opposite. I thought he said don't do doggy style while your face is on. Like, don't put.
No,
like,
he specifically says no sex. Then he says missionaries out of the question. Then he says if you
I thought he says then
missionary,
doggy style's out of the question.
No, he comes back in and he says doggy style only if you do. That's the end of the like scene. So if you ever, hey man, I don't care what you do. I'm just giving the listeners some good advice out there from a doctor's office. If you break your nose, doggy
other
style
doctors,
only.
Let us know.
Let us know.
When you have patients come to you with broken noses, do you tell them doggy style only? Like, it's very important. Yeah.
Hey, we got some BBL doctors that emailed us from White Lotus season 3, episode 2. I was joking, but thank you for letting me know that BBLs cost about $10,000, but they're way cheaper in Mexico and Brazil. So everyone thought I was joking on White Lotus, but no, people do get BBLs. And we have a fucking doctor's office we can refer you to in Tijuana if you want. So one of my friends actually texted me.
That's hilarious.
So,
wow.
Hey, we're here for the people. Anybody need any plastic surgery or anything like that, let me know. I got you. And doctors, please do email us, because all of our fucking paid subscribers are doctors.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That was episode 2 of Mindy Project season 1.
Well, dude, we should describe the final scene where they're back on the subway going home, Danny and Mindy, and she has the Band-Aid on her on her nose, and it looks like she got a nose job, but she didn't. Obviously, she got hit by Beverly.
Yeah.
She starts saying, he didn't mean to hit me. My husband didn't mean to hit me in the subway. Yeah. And the guy's like, what the fuck? And they're all looking at him. She's like, he has a disease. And the disease is, and she uses the hand gesture for the bottle.
Oh, that's
alcoholic abuser. And I was like, damn.
Hilarious.
But it's with the closing credits, right? So it's obviously a joke. And then it scenes out. He's like, are you happy? And she's like, I'm happy. And it scenes out. Honestly, that is a great ending for one sitcom, because it kind of shows what she's into. She's a fucking goofball. And she just wants to piss him off. And she pissed him off. She just wants that attention. Like, she's a pick-me girl, right? Pick-me girl kind of came after. Yeah, she wants to fuck with him. And eventually they are going to fuck. It's so obvious, but whatever. Yeah. Get it, girl. Hey, I'm sorry, everyone. I rant.
It's also like very politically incorrect to joke about that, probably, in this day and age.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, hey, she's doing it. It's on fucking Hulu, and we watched it, and we can come here and talk about it. I like it, so whatever. Yeah. We already made that distinction. We didn't get to live this life, so this is how we do
it. Exactly. But this is how we live vicariously. All right, well, that's it for this episode, folks.
Thank you, everyone. Mindy Project is on Hulu. It is not on Netflix anymore as of, 11 hours ago?
So as of 11 hours ago. It was Hulu. Yesterday. It wasn't today.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hey, if you want to follow this journey, everyone check out The Office as well. You get all these references.
Might as well follow us on our socials. Find us at Chai After Dark everywhere. And have a good day.
And please like, share, subscribe. Please rate us on Apple and Spotify. Honestly, that helps.
Yeah, please write us a note.
Please follow us on Apple, Spotify, rate us, comment, and thank you so much, everyone. Jingle out.